Okay, so we are at St. Simon Island for a couple of days. We're going to be here with Miss Jeannie and Miss Birdie and Adam and Leah, and we just arrived. So our first stop is the Welcome Center. This is where we're all going to meet each other before we go out to lunch. This is our meeting place, and
we're the first ones here because we
yes.
Animals. Would you like a map? Here we go.
Oh,
And then you can look for the tree spirits. How about, would you like one as well? And this is really fun.
wow, Emmy. What is this? What's that? It's an eagle. Yeah. Look, Emmy. What's that?
Look.
What is that? Oh, it's a turtle. Do you see the turtle?
Turtles.
Mm-hmm. There's his head and his shell. Wow.
Oh, what's that?
That's a mermaid.
Wow. Oh, what's that?
That's a fairy, I think.
What's that?
That's a person.
Oh.
So Ryan and Mommy and Daddy and Emmy are in the toilet. So I'm going to show you guys around. Really cool. Then there's a really cool little area that I want to dance in over here. So we're waiting for Emmy to be done so that we can dance.
Oh, tree huggers. All right, so everybody's here, and now we're hunting for the first tree spirit. Looks like we found it.
It's raining. Emerson, stand in front of the tree spirit. See the tree lady?
I'm scared. I hate rain. All right, so we've arrived at Zuzu's, where we are going to eat lunch. So we finished lunch and we're gonna go shopping for a little bit, and then Miss Jeannie and Emmy are gonna go to the store while the rest of us go to a lighthouse. So we are sitting in the car waiting to get into our Airbnb. So we're just chilling. Once we get settled in, we're gonna head back out and look at the lighthouse. Alright, so we decided not to do the lighthouse today because, well, this is why. It's raining. And there's a view at the top that we would not be able to see very well right now. So we're going to go to the World War II museum that they have here. So we're super excited about that. Apparently there's some stuff in it that we don't typically hear about when learning about World War II. So, yes. Alright, so we're here. I would video the sign just to like show you guys where we are. It's the, what does it say on the sign? What's the official name of it?
Oklahoma and S.O. Baton Rouge, attacked by U-boat 123.
World
not
War
that
II.
sign.
World War II Museum.
What sign are you talking about? It's the only sign I see.
I was very confused. Okay, World War II Museum.
Over there must be a
There was some other words on it though.
It was a bigger sign.
Oh, it's
Okay, I'm
behind that
just
sign.
I'm gonna,
I see it now.
just for you guys, I'm gonna run over here so I'll show you the sign. Okay. World War II Homefront Museum, Coastal Georgia at War. Okay, that's the sign. All right, I was in the rain and I'm soaked just for you guys, so you're welcome.
Okay, now it is. Why would you put it there? Daddy, show us your sticker. Show us your sticker.
What does HF stand for?
Horsemeyer's Farm.
What?
So the HF actually stands for.
I said having part. I don't know.
I'm having some farms.
Try to choose part of it in the correct order as you go.
What do I do?
Go from the bottom up. From the bottom up.
It's telling me not to do that.
Really?
I built the ship perfectly. We're not. No.
Back. Alright.
It's probably my
Wait. Okay.
I said it's probably my 10th try, but no, I'm kidding. I only have one step.
How do you know which one?
Next.
I don't think so. That's interesting. I would set main menu. Looks like there's a kind of crack.
It's gonna get blown up.
Yeah, that's where we stayed because it doesn't go anywhere.
Let's see how it does.
Oh, it goes. What?
Ooh, it had flips.
Oh, it went to me.
Ran the flips.
Picked up good
Yeah, it's
there,
fast.
probably.
It's fast. Oh, we just missed one.
It was the faster route. to get to.
We made it?
No, we sunk us.
Oh.
Just short.
Oh, we get sunk.
Oh.
But we didn't get to Ireland. Scotland.
Oh, it ran aground.
Okay.
You lost our Christmas turkey.
Okay, so we are back at the house now. We just got back from the museum. We are kind of regrouping now, getting changed into dry and nicer clothes before we go to dinner. But the museum was really cool, so I just kind of wanted to give a debrief of you know, what we did there. So we got there, and the museum actually consists of two different buildings. So the building that I showed you guys at the beginning that had the sign in front of it, that was actually the second building that we went into. There was a building behind it that we went into to get our stickers, so our tickets. The stickers were our tickets. And so we paid and we got our stuff there. And then so the first building kind of had a timeline of events that happened before World War II. So it kind of talked about the Great Depression and just events that were leading up to it. And then we went into a room where we watched a video about the specifics of what people did here at St. Simon Island during World War II. So there was a lot of cargo ship building because the German submarines were taking out a lot of US ships, so it was important to get more out. They were being destroyed faster than they could be built. So St. Simon Island, I think they said, consisted of 16,000 people who worked on building ships, and I think that they said that they could only make 6 a year because it took that much effort to make them. So that video just kind of talked about that. And then we moved on into kind of a walkway of simulations, if that makes any sense. We walked into a room that had a simulation where there were 2 people that stood by the simulation, and there was a screen in front of the controls, and on that screen would fly a plane, and it would be a silhouette of a plane. It was just kind of the form of a plane, and based on the template that you had on the simulation, you would determine whether it was a foe or a friend, so whether it was an enemy or an ally, so based on the template. So you only had, I think, a certain amount of time to determine whether it was an enemy or a friend. So a couple of us did that, and that was fun. And then there was another simulation that kind of, you walked into the next room. There's a simulation there where you had like 100 credits because there was a lot of rationing during World War II. So you had a certain amount of credits to get a certain amount of groceries, and you had to guess how many groceries you could get with that amount of credits. So a couple of us did that. That was neat. Throughout the entire museum, so in the first building and the second building alike, there were phones that you could pick up and numbers that you could dial to hear different stories from different people. So there were those set up at different places, and that was cool. And then there was a simulation in the next room after the grocery simulation where you would put in your gender, your age, and then a characteristic about you. So I personally put, I was a female between the ages of 18 and I think it was like 40, and then I was in good health. And then it would show you how many jobs were open to you, like what you could do. And then that was what the first building consisted of. And so then we moved on to the second building, and in that building they had even more simulations. So we learned how to make different kinds of slip knots. That was cool. Well, I don't know if any of us actually learned. We definitely attempted to. That was fun. And then there was a room where it was like this really big, long simulation where you were in control of your own cargo ship. So it was Adam, Leah, Evan, Mama, and Daddy. It was really cool. Each of them had different controls. There was a radio person, there was a speed person, there was a pilot, and then like the second pilot. And then I think Evan dealt with the height. Maybe it wasn't a cargo ship now that I think about it. It was what was that simulation that you guys did?
Which one?
Where you all worked together.
Table?
Yeah, on the table.
We were blip.
Okay, and that was it was that weird, that really big aircraft that kind of looked like a hot air balloon. It wasn't a cargo ship, right?
No.
Okay, so it was actually an aircraft that they were dealing with. Now that I think about it, Evan dealt with the height, how high they were going. Okay, and then there was a part of the museum where you could build your own cargo ship. So there were boats involved. I just was getting them confused. So there was a part where you could build your own ship, and then you could see how long it would last on the voyage to Europe to bring supplies. And so we built a cargo ship, and it made it all the way to Europe. But something happened to it at the end. It didn't make it intact. It was like it made it all the way across the ocean, but then once it landed, it broke. It sunk. I don't exactly know what happened to it, but yeah. So that's basically what the museum entailed. It was a lot of fun. Very informational, very hands-on too. I like simulations that kind of put you in those times. They kind of give you a glimpse of what it was like during that time, and I really enjoyed the museum. So if you guys are visiting St. Simon Island, you're looking for something to do, the World War II Museum. It's a good place to go. But now we're about to head to dinner, which is going to be at Iguana's. So Zuzu's is where we went to lunch today. It's fairly close to where Iguana's is. Zuzu's is more of a burger place. Iguana's is seafood. So we're kind of gathering now, reuniting, because Miss Jeannie and Emmy were at the grocery store. We were coming back from the museum, so we're getting back together, kind of hanging out for a little bit, getting changed into nice and dry clothes, and then we're gonna go to dinner soon. So yeah. Right, so that is where we went to lunch. Where we're going for dinner is just down this way. So we have a 35 to 40 minute wait for iguanas. So we're gonna go shopping. Emmy got some mac and cheese. Oh, and she's so happy. She's cheesing about it. Cheese. So we finished our delicious meal.
Yes.
And with our meal at Iguanas, we can get free ice cream. So we're gonna go get that. Hello, it's day 2 of St. Simon Island trip. So today is gonna be so much fun. We have rented e-bikes for the day. So we're gonna just bike around. Miss Jeannie has a little basket on the back of her bike that Emmy is going to ride in. So Emmy's gonna ride with us. We're just gonna all go on the bikes, and we're gonna ride around. We're gonna go to different sites, and we're gonna make a lot of stops. I think there's a few museums that we're going to. We're gonna go to the lighthouse that we didn't go to yesterday, and the view will be better because it's not raining today. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna show you guys what the bikes look like before we go, and then I'm going to try to hook up my camera to where it can see where we're going, because my tripod's flimsy, so I can attach it to handlebars. So I'm going to kind of set it up like a GoPro, I'm hoping. But basically, if you guys don't know what e-bikes are, it's basically a step between a motorcycle and a regular bicycle. So your bikes have batteries. You can still pedal them, but they give you help as you're pedaling, and there's a throttle that you can twist on the bike, and it can just take you without you pedaling. So basically you're riding a small motorcycle. So much fun, so much fun. So that is what we have in store today, so come along with us.
Are we gonna go bike riding? On Jeannie's yellow bike? Yes!
Alright, so we're going to show you guys the bikes, what they look like. We each have one bike, and then Emmy will be riding Miss Jeannie's, the back of Miss Jeannie's. Are you so excited, Emmy?
No.
What?
She said no.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Also, if you're in St. Simon Island and you're looking for e-bike rentals, this is where we got our rental. So, each of these bikes have a switch on the bottom here that you switch on, and then you jump up on the bike, you turn this on. This is the speedometer, I think. It'll tell you how many miles you're going. It'll change the setting that you're on.
I'm scared, but I'm so excited.
Whether you want more electric power or less. You got gears here. This is the throttle I was telling you guys about. If you do this, it vroom vrooms you without you having to pedal. Very neat. So we each have one of these. They're so much fun. We test biked them.
This thing is
Oh, look.
fun. Zoom, zoom,
There's also phone holders on them. So
yeah,
these are
so
pretty
you can
awesome.
text and
Oh, some of them have mirrors. Mine does not have a mirror. This is the one I'm riding. This is the one that Evan's riding. So pretty. Daddy's, Mama's, got Adam and Leah's, and then we're getting Miss Jeannie's out of her car right now.
Not okay.
Oh, there's Miss Birdie's bike. Oh, and there's Miss Jeannie's. There's Miss Jeannie's bike. And Emmy's spot.
Yeah, probably so. In case we decide
There's Woody's spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's your cup holder.
that's for your cup.
It's for your water.
No.
That's Miss Jeannie's.
Just to tennis.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll protect Miss Jeannie's head. And your helmet will protect your head.
Oh.
Alright, so we're going to be making different stops, but as we are riding, we're going to be completing a scavenger hunt where we're going to find the tree spirits. So we found the first one at the Welcome Center yesterday. And so now we're going to have to find all 11, I believe. That's the last number. Yeah, it appears that there's 11 tree spirits. So yeah, we're going to do that as we are going to our different destinations. And it begins. We found the second tree spirit, but the first one of the day. And just like that, within a couple minutes, we're at the third tree spirit, the second one of the day. After about 15 minutes of searching, I believe we have found the fourth, technically, tree spirit. So we're at the right location for the fifth one. We just cannot find the tree that it's on. After much searching, we found the next tree spirit. Okay, so we've made it to a stop. We're at a park for Emmy. There's only 3 of us. It's Miss Jeannie, Mama, and I. Well, I guess there's 4 of us and then Emmy. So Evan, poor Evan. So we were about to cross the street, and we kind of had our bikes parked. Evan and I were kind of off the sidewalk and into some grass, and she apparently had parked her bike right over fire ants, and so she got fire ants all over her shoes. Thankfully she got all of them off, but in the process of that happening, her bike kind of fell. Okay, so her bike fell, we got rid of the fire ants, she lifted the bike back up, and the chain had fallen off of the bike. Okay, no big deal, we fixed it within like a couple of minutes, it was back on, it was fine. So we start riding to the park here, and Evan just happens to get a nail in the tire of her bike. So the rest of our crew is with Evan right now, waiting for a replacement bike. So I think they're a couple miles away. Okay, there's Emmy on the park. There's Mama, representing Carson Newman University. That's my shirt. Evan, Miss Birdie, and Daddy have made it to our location. Adam and Leah have saved us seats at our restaurant. There's dolphins! Oh my goodness! Wow. We've arrived at Frosty's.
Toyota, home of a lifetime warranty on Memorial.
It's Adam and Leo.
And online is Robert Jones Toyota.
Back on the bikes we go. Next stop is the lighthouse. Alright, so we've arrived to the lighthouse. That's the lighthouse. So the World War II museum tickets that we got yesterday included this as well. So it was the World War II museum and then the lighthouse together. So we're gonna go in and get our tickets for this, but we're just gonna show them our receipt from yesterday. So we just finished watching a video that talked about the history of the lighthouse. This is the entrance to the lighthouse. Third landing. We're getting higher. Ooh. I see Miss Jeannie and Emmy down there biking. That's them. Alright, thank you. We've made it to the top. Alright, so we finished the lighthouse and I think that we are all ready to go. So we're gonna get on our bikes and head back home. Rest, we'll get showers and just kind of relax for the rest of the day. Okay, so today we're gonna go for a picnic. We just finished watching the Goonies for the first time. Well, Evan and I did. Everyone else has seen it. But yeah, so now we're gonna go for a picnic. After 20 minutes of searching for parking spots, we found a place to park. Apparently there's a craft fair going on today, so they've got all sorts of tents and stuff set up, which means that there's a lot of people here to check out those tents. So, but we found our spots. We're ready to picnic now. We have found the perfect spot for our picnic. So the lighthouse that we were in yesterday is behind the trees over there. So this is where we are for lunch.